Hey guys, I'm Dr. Mona Gohara, a dermatologist in New Haven, Connecticut, and this is Dear Derm. So dandruff, in very simple terms, is flaky skin on the scalp, but it can come from many different causes. It can come from too much hair products in our hair left in. It can come from a condition called seborrheic dermatitis. It can come from just dry scalp, or it can come from an inflammatory skin condition called psoriasis. So dandruff can be a symptom of a skin condition called seborrheic dermatitis. And seborrheic dermatitis is actually an overgrowth of a yeast that's on all of our bodies, and the yeast is called Malassezia furfur. Now, all of us are born with this. We come out of our moms. Every single person in the entire world are born with Malassezia on our entire body. But in some situations, it can overgrow to create a flaky scalp, or the scalp can have greasy hair, or sometimes even like a little bit of a funky odor, and that is when it's called seborrheic dermatitis. I'm sure everyone's heard of this really buzzy word right now, which is microbiome. And microbiome is our skin's living layer made up of little bacteria and yeast that are actually good for our skin. They work with us to keep our skin healthy. Well, seborrheic dermatitis is actually an example of a disruption in the microbiome where we have an overgrowth of a yeast, an overpopulation that creates inflammation. So if you're noticing flakes just in the winter, it may just be dry scalp. Seborrheic dermatitis is actually something that comes and goes. Some of the ways to distinguish seborrheic dermatitis from just a plain dry scalp is in seborrheic dermatitis, you may notice more greasy hair, increased oil production, and actually inflammation in the scalp. You're not gonna have any of that if it's just a plain old dry scalp. If you have dry scalp, it's the same concept as if you have dry skin in the winter. The key is hydration. So I recommend to my patients oftentimes to just really concentrate on products that are going to infuse water and moisture into the hair and the skin on the scalp. So if you have seborrheic dermatitis and you have some flakes and not a lot of the greasy scale, then you can consider some very simple over-the-counter treatments. Some of these ingredients may include selenium sulfide, salicylic acid, zinc pyrithione, and other ingredients that actually help to decrease the inflammation associated with this skin condition. If you're in the drugstore and you feel like this is something that you're struggling with, pick up some Head & Shoulders. That actually may do the job and do it really well. Some of the products that I recommend for dandruff are Dermadoctor Calm, Cool, and Corrected, Refresh Scalp Care Anti-Dandruff Conditioner, Neutrogena T-Cell Therapeutic Shampoo, Sachajuan Scalp Conditioner, and Kerastase Genesis Scalp Serum that adds a nice hydrating barrier. So oftentimes the over-the-counter stuff just doesn't cut it, so then you go to your friendly board-certified dermatologist and they may recommend some other things. First, remember we talked about that in some situations dandruff may come from Malassezia furfur, or this overgrowth of the yeast that's on all of our bodies. So don't be surprised if your dermatologist recommends an anti-yeast shampoo. One of the most common ones is called ketoconazole shampoo. Second, he or she may recommend an actual anti-inflammatory, like a topical steroid, to rub into your scalp to decrease this inflammation and decrease the Malassezia as well. So it may be a combination of a medicated shampoo and a topical steroid that you leave in your scalp. One of the products I tell my patients who have seborrheic dermatitis or dandruff to avoid is dry shampoo. And it's a really simple reason. It's because I just feel like it cakes on and it makes the whole situation worse. All right, guys, we'll catch you next time on Dear Derm. In the meantime, don't forget to subscribe to Well+Good and leave any questions below. See you later.